Gente, hoy gente por noche vamos a echar a probar el juego de Metal Gear Solid Snake EATER. Os he dicho en el canal de YouTube, así que chicos, mi primer juego de charlas que vamos a jugar a la gente de Metal Gear Solid. Si os gusta ganar este juego y ver ese vídeo, gente, pues lo subiré al canal. Si no, chicos, no lo subo. Entonces, si vamos a jugar gente en el primer Metal Gear Solid que yo no juego este juego aquí, este nunca lo he jugado. Los demás juegos, gente, los he jugado. Así que bueno, chicos. Ahora me gente del juego, ¿vale, chavales? Con. Ahora me gente del juego, ¿esto qué es? Nada. Vamos a empezar gente de la partida, chicos. A ver. Sí, gente, este juego, chavales, es la primera vez que juego este juego, así que chicos. Estilo, a ver, cámara, movimiento libre, tercera persona. No. Pero esta gente es fácil, ¿vale, gente? Mira todo. Bueno, veis el mejor gente, bueno, el mejor es muy fácil, mejor yo, pues entonces estos juegos, cuando no lo conozco, chicos, pues no lo sé. Este gente me va dejando un trofeo. Me voy dejando de jugar, tíos. Estos juegos antes en inglés, chicos, el juego, Bueno, me deja japonés el juego, pero bueno, chicos. Vamos a jugar este juego, chicos. Este, mira, Konami presenta. Este es el Solid 3. Ahora basado en el Metal Gear Solid 3. Sabía gente que realmente está basado en la parte tercera, lo sabía. Cinco y media. Agosto 1964.
20 minutes to drop off. Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute. All right. You ready to go? Drop zone still short.
Pues ya que me el pago este malo, hostia.
Okay. Good. We've got high visibility.
Tío, mira, este chat es Snake.
Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing? Approaching release point. 10 minutes to drop off. Hey, are you deaf? He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Hostia. ¿Lo tira Snake?
Depressurization complete. Checking oxygen supply. 6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Nos tiramos gente,
Sunrise.
Aún no sé. Hostia, gente,
Minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off.
¿Qué grados?
Stand up. You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill. 1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear. Activate bailout bottle. This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump. 10 seconds to drop off. Stand by.
Ojalá por la gente de Snake, pero es Force.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5,
5, 4, 3,
3, 2,
1.
Spread your wings and fly. God be with you.
Ve con Dios. Este grande guapo, Dios, Snake. Aquí empieza a quitarse aquí el juego, chicos.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB-754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin into orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first, and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece.
Esta gente básicamente será el malo, imagino, no tengo ni idea.
And we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand.
Hostia, gente mola esto, chicos. Me está bastante guapo, A ver, las caras y todo, chicos.
Handing him over to agents.
Gente.
Eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight.
Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No. According to our intelligence, he's in Selinoyarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
A ver, ¿qué pasa, chicos?
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selinoyarsk in the Soviet mountains,
Bueno,
ensure
mola,
the
guapo,
safety
Juan,
of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west.
Oh, está guapo, bastante,
If you don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking.
Oh,
Once we
bastante,
confirm the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, a gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat Talon?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong, you'll be eating dinner, breakfast, and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Este Gante está guapo, el juego de Gante está guapo, Vale, atento, Gante ahora, A ver qué pasa. Hostia. 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 Ahora gente, pues chicos, mira gente, toda la gente la pistola, creo, ¿no? ¿La pistola o no? Por esto gente Sneak Fox. Este Sneak, vamos a ver. Ya ese esta gente Sneak. ¿Hacia dónde?
Do you copy? From here on out, we'll be using your code. You're not.
¿Es dónde vosotros, chicos?
No problem.
I'll be.
Vale, ahora gente ya chicos. Vale, dejamos enfragando los juegos, chicos. Vale, si así tanta gente, estamos jugando mucho, chicos. Vale, si estamos jugando mucho, chicos. Vale. A ver. Vale. Aquí, Charles, aquí, chicos. Aquí, chicos. Ahora me gente guapo, chicos. La gente con estos juegos. Saludo.
Snake, where do you think you're going? You can't expect to proceed with the mission without it. First, you'll need to recover your backpack. It's called press the.
Ahí está bajando, chicos. Aquí tengo aquí estás aquí dejando las armas, chicos.
I see you've retrieved.
Vale.
In the survival viewer, choose weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a list on the screen. From that list, choose for other. Yes, if you keep.
Vale, está bajando la silla, vale.
No, you're no.
Vale, así que la gente esta chica. Vale.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Ahí debemos echar ese chicos, ahí tenemos que echar el arma la pistola de esencia, gente.
Now.
Veo gente camuflaje, veo gente que esta cosa se puede dejar camuflaje.
Camouflage to then shoot them. Visibility.
No entiendo, déjame hacer así, gente, espera.
You can only use. Saving the game. Okay, good.
Thanks.
Chin up.
I'll be in touch.
Ya está antes, chicos. Uy, viajando, un este. ¿Por dónde me he matado? Gente, ese gente sin querer, chicos. Así tanto, gente. Estoy dejando quitar ese pantalón, chicos. Dios. Ahora me estoy muerto. Ya está dejando por aquí. Vamos, no cuidado,
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
Hay dos pocos, gente. Hay dos pocos.
AK-47s and grenades.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively. Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the camo index. The camo index shows how well your current
Debes
camouflage
dejar este,
blends
chicos, por favor, esta es la mierda. Vale, gente. Camuflaje. Un tío, déjame esperar. Un tío, déjame esperar.
I think I saw something. Huh? Who's that?
Toma, toma. Pa.
Radio, we need backup.
Está dejando fuera. Sacan restaurantes, chicos. Ahí están de afuera. Están de afuera. Tengo culo, gente, pavo. Tía. Tía. Ah, están de afuera. De afuera, chicos. Está dejando completar, chicos.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Ahora, gente.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Bastante lo sabemos, chicos. Harta gente. Hacer cosas con gente. El pibe. Está por ahí, chicos. Por ahí, chicos, frito. Anda, déjale por aquí, chicos. Por vida. Vale, te hemos venido, gente. Aquí está gente aquí, chicos.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word. But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of Gru. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction.
Ya,
Man who seeks to seize
Thunderbolt,
control
gente.
of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power.
Mucha gente, chicos.
The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
Is that so? America's truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts.
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Pues a ver qué pasa, chicos, a ver.
This is Snake. Sokolov.
Vale, atento, gente, chicos. Hostia. Coño, gente, ¿qué coño?
So this is the legendary boss.
¿Qué es este? A ver quién es.
We meet at last.
Ah, sí, ya sé quién es este pavo, gente. He visto gente en juegos. Sí, quién es.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. What's a crew soldier doing here?
Soldier?
Hostia, gente, ya sé quién coño es este, chavales.
He's the Ocelot commander.
Ha! That's Major Ocelot to you. Don't you forget it.
Gente, decir, gente, Ocelot, Josh Keaton.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
A la tía puede dejar de así. Hostia. Toma. Toma por culo. Toma. Hostia. 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 Cuidado. Toma. Hostia. Hostia, gente, tío, este. Muerto, todo por culo.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the GRU.
Sokolov, take cover.
No jodas que luchar contra este pavo, no jodas.
You're not the boss, are you?
¿Y esa gente? Tú eres, ¿no? Hostias. Tía.
Crew operatives! What is that stance? Huh. That gun. If you're not the boss, then die.
Hostia.
Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one!
Hostia, toma. Hostia. Oh, pa. Toma.
You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do. But testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
You filthy American dog!
¿Dónde? Ah.
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
¿Muerto la gente? Hostia, gente, está guapo,
Major, do you read me?
Vale, a ver si vamos a pasar gente este tío si dejo aquí gente vídeo. Ahora son todos míos, chicos. De gente. Vale, pues nada, chavales, pues en el próximo vídeo, chavales, que si os gusta gente este vídeo, veis subir gente así, chavales, diario también, chavales, como otro juego, ¿vale? Chavales, así que bueno, chicos, les pido gente por aquí, chavales, matando gente de estos pavos. Yo soy gente pide, chavales, buenas noches a todo el mundo, gente, buena gente, pues mañana por la mañana, gente en el canal, con, chavales, no perder gente y nada, ven, chavales, que echarle no va tiempo, gente, a grabarlo, pero gente a grabar, Assassin's Creed y este vídeo, así que chicos, muchas gracias, gente, por estar por aquí, chavales, conmigo, un saludo a gente, a todo el mundo, y nos gente en el próximo vídeo, chavales, de Gente de esa de... Gente esa de este juego si os gusta gente y le deis gente a likes y veis echarle mucha gente de vídeo, chicos. Así que chicos,
Saving the game, Snake? Okay, good luck, Snake.
Thanks.
Alejandro, su gente, pues me está bajando su gente. Chao, chao, gente, chao.